Well, here he is, the ruthless.
He's ruthless?
The ruthless but benevolent at the same time despot who runs the Wine Academy of Utah.
Ooh.
He's Jimmy Santangelo. Here he is, wineacademyofutah.com. He's poured us a drink. What do we have?
Good morning. Yes, I have your holiday cocktail right here for you. This is Clearwater's Sophie's Gin, brand new to the market. Get it at their distillery over there in Pleasant Grove. This is a type of gin that Old World meets New World. You've got the Old World London Dry style, but then you've got those more herbaceous and floral and citrusy aromatics, botanicals, and essences blended in.
There's nothing in here but tonic water.
Yeah, this is just the gin
This
and tonic.
tastes like a
That's
cocktail.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
What the
their
hell?
gin. I got a can of tonic that I had on hand, Shasta.
Nothing but the best.
That's super tasty.
I was
Just
looking-
those things.
Yeah, it's
I'm
super
not,
easy.
I usually don't care for a gin and tonic because the tonic usually overpowers the gin. But the flavors are just right where they need to
Yeah,
be.
you could squeeze a lime into it.
Oh,
Yep,
sure.
do a little lime. And what I like about this, a lot of the citrus peel, juniper. So juniper is the main thing that makes a gin, and people will be like, oh, what's juniper? It's that. If you ever smell a gin and it smells like a Christmas tree or pine needles, that's juniper.
That's one thing I really like about gin, and a lot of people don't like that about gin.
Yeah, it can be strong, and it's very pronounced aromatically, and that could be a turn off to some people for sure. But this, I would also love to see this in a French 75. That cocktail,
yeah.
we might have spoken about that before.
This is tempered. That juniper is tempered with other sort of, I don't know what they put in it.
Yeah, they're putting in citrus peel, cardamom, a little bit of, I don't have their botanical list, but this is more of the aromatic characteristics that we get. And I do get almost like this little black licorice thing in there. Now, I tasted it neat, and that might be overemphasized with the tonic, the quinine, that kind of black licorice flavor, but it's certainly in there. And I even get like a little bit of resin and bark. It's really good. It's layered.
really good.
It's got a lot
tasty.
going on.
And I don't love gin, but like Carrie said,
this
tasty.
blends perfectly.
Key when you make your gin and tonics is when you put your you got to put your gin in first. So a 2 count or 2 ounces, 1 ounce, whatever you're doing for friends and family at home. Then you load it up with ice. Then you float in your tonic or your component just to the shoulder, though, like a finger or two below the top. And then take your straw or stir stick and stir it. Now you're combining the carbonation in there. Clearly, this won't be a shake and drink with carbonation. And then you add your expression of a lime or otherwise, and you stir that down. And you'll realize that through the ice melt, your wash line, your melt line will come up. A lot of people always bring it right to the top, and then it's not really balanced, and it's not mixed, and it tastes too strong. Well, it's because you didn't combine the components correctly.
So gin and tonic, they used to drink this because they thought it warded off malaria, but that's not true.
Hey, I've never had malaria.
I've never had
True.
That's all I need.
Yeah, the quinine pill.
Yeah, but
and then the citrus, the lime, and then everyone was issued a flask or a 500 mil or I forget 300 milliliter of either rum, depending on the territory, or gin. And when those British sailors and army guys, soldiers. Could you imagine every day?
It's my medicine.
So, the quinine pill tablet is so bitter that you're like, okay, let's dissolve it, crush it, dissolve it in the gin, and then I have the citrus peel or the citrus lime. I had a whole thing of lime, and I would squeeze it in there, and you could just eat the lime regular and then drink it.
you wouldn't get scurvy, but...
Yeah, there's a couple of great stories. I love that.
Now, gin and vodka, a lot of people, and I used to do this, say you should, they put it in the freezer.
Right.
But you really shouldn't do that, should you?
What happens when you over chill an alcoholic product? What you're muting are the harsh characteristics that product has. So, for example, if you put vodka in the freezer and have that same vodka that wasn't in the freezer side by side with a shot, oh man, the one in the freezer is so smooth and like, oh my God, I just love this stuff.
Yeah.
And they both came out of a plastic bottle, right? You know, it's not the best stuff. And then you have it neat on its own without being cold. Excuse me. You have all those characteristics coming through that, a little bit more metallic-y, a little bit this, a little bit that aren't pleasant. So by putting it in the freezer,
you should keep it in the freezer.
So you should keep it in the freezer.
But I like the sensation. You know, whether it affects the flavor or not, I don't know. I like the sensation.
Of
Yeah, it
it,
is
of it
pretty
being
good.
that cold, you mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, just take a shot. There you go.
Excuse me, I have some gin in my throat.
But it's hard to find room in the freezer when you're buying handles.
That's true. And do we know who
There's
Sophie?
no meat in the freezer. It's just gin.
Do we know who Sophie is?
They're
for
writing
Sophie's
up.
gin?
They're writing up the storyline with the Sophie, and we've
beautiful
got
bottle.
this. Yeah, we have a dog with a crown on her head. So I just love these guys. We were down there.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
They're doing such good work, and they're in Utah County. I just love that.
Now, is that available at the liquor store?
Not yet. It's being distributed, but it is widely available at their not widely. It's available at their distillery. And their distillery is super cool. They have a great tasting room. You can go in there. As you've pointed out before, Bill, they have their cigar humidor area. And then the Wine Academy of Utah, we do monthly events there as well.
All right.